Every day, the korbanos were brought in the base of Mikdash. There was a whole ceremonies. It wasn't just the korbanos being brought. And Poichsin, the Mikdash, the Mishnah described the Talmud, and the Mikdash every day. Every added carbon, there's more kailas. The carbon's a whole. It's a mitzvah. We're going to see this is interesting. Allah Ma'aseh today. So always, every time we get to this, we always say, "Who's going to get the trumpets? Who's going to get the trumpets?" Always just start this. To blow trumpets today. Same way, the shofar of Rosh Hashanah is the current. Same way, a chatzotzra made of kesef. The chatzotzra is made out of kesef, the trumpet. When the tkiyas are done through the kesef, it's quite a different פעולות. ביום שמחתכם ומועדכם ראש השנה. ואתם חצוצרות ארבעתם לזכר שמיים. בכל יום הייתם במקדש בחצות, אז על הקרבן, לכל חייבים בתקיעת שופר. Every day they would blow Yom Tov בגוימה. הם פוחתים מ-21 תקיעות המקדש אלא מוסיפים על 48. The least they would do is 21, and the most they could do is 48. Okay, this is a very, very interesting mitzvah. The chatzaitos of Moshe were made for him. שלושה המצווה, לפי שבשעת הקורבן צריכים לכוון דעתם יפה בעניינו כמו שידוע. And we spoke many times about all the inyanim of korbanot have to do with also the da'at of the kohen. The kohen has to have his right intention. That it shouldn't be chutz v'zmano, chutz v'mkomo, and the korban, it shouldn't be too good. And the balabayit, the person who's bringing the korban, has to have the right machshavot. That's the main kavanah of the korban. Is what we said, that what's the cause of the sin? Is a person focusing on his nefesh ha-behamit, caring too much about the pleasures of the guf, giving too much emphasis on the nefesh ha-behamit. That's the reason of the chet. So when we bring a korban, we do smicha, we do vidu, not the animal we're killing. It's the behamiyut inside ourselves. It's the reason that we got to the sin. So since there has to be this deep, deep kavanah, who wants to meet their ugly side? Who wants to see their dark side? Or you need a big achana to this, the kohanim and the kedusha of the Beis Hamikdash, and the person does mikvah and does tshuva. Imagine the big achana. Imagine what you feel at the peak, what you feel Yom Kippur. More than that, way more than that was every Yid felt when he had his Yom Kippur, his time. It has to be deep, deep kavanah. You need a lot of assistance, a lot of help. It's not pushing for a person to concentrate, stop and poof and go in. Mamish, go into Yom Kippur now. It takes time to go into Yom Kippur. How do you get into Yom Kippur? So same way a carbon, we see one of the young of the carbon. It needs deep, deep kavanah. For sure, the kavanah levad is not mo'il at the time of the Beis Hamikdash. You need also the ma'aseh, but the ma'aseh is the kli, and the kavanah is the kli, is the neshama. כן, בעת הצרה צריך אדם כיוון גדול והתחננו לפני בוראו שירחם עליו ויצילה מצרתו. Same way, at the time of הצרה, a person needs כיוון גדול, deep kavanah, והתחננו לפני בוראו, to really daven. That means כיוון, kavanah, which also means alignment. It's interesting what kavanah is. What is kavanah? כוונת ליבו, where you mechaven? Where are you? When a person at the time of tzara, after the time of tzara, is a time that everyone knows today. We're all living in the inspiration of Menachem Breslev and Baal Shem Tov. Everyone knows that all the tzaras are Gevalt Yeshuas, and it's Gevalt, and it's amazing. Thank you, Hashem. Everyone knows that really the tzaras, when a person's in a time of tzara, it's Gevalt. The tzaras are really there to bring a person to this depth of kavanah that exists inside himself. And this depth of kavanah is what Hashem wants a person to be. לכן הצטווינו בתקיעת החצוצרות בעתים אלה, לפי שאדם בהיותו בעל חומר, צריך התעוררות גדולה אל הדברים. Since a person right now, we are existing inside a goof of chomer, a material goof of basar v'dam. This is not who we are. We have shoroshim le'enkates and olo alamot and v'chelek elahai mal mamish. This is who we are, as we always will be. But right now, we're in shochne batei chomer. We're living in a house, a material home, v'mavet oleah of the basar v'dam that we're in. And since a person's living in the chomer, he's living in the kever. We're living in the grave. So in order to awaken the kavanah, you need big torut, something to really, really awaken you. The nature, if no one awakes, the nature continues to sleep. Because the teva of nature, the cycles of nature is to rock a person to sleep. Cycles of nature rock a person to sleep. We're used to things. We're used to the summer, the winter, the day and the night. And it's like, it's teva. And teva. What's it teva? And teva, there's no such thing. So a person falls into a deep shena, a deep sleep, the sleep of nature. That's why teva is also a lotion of drowning. Drowning, God on mizeh, no deeper drowning. There's nothing that awakens in the shama like the sound of a niggun. The most, he says, is the chatzotzot. Chatzotzot, apparently, the mamash awaken. I remember I told Ruby this. We were learning this because he plays the trumpets. He has to know the mamash awaken. It's the highest voice out of all the instruments is the chatzotzot. And in Mela, that shows you that has the deepest koyach, since the shir is the koyach ha'ma'or of the nefesh. So when something has a gadol koyach ha'bashir, that means gadol koyach le'orev. That's what it means. ועוד יש תועלת נמצא בכל החצוצרות לפי מלבד התעוררות על הכוונה, כי בכוח הקולות יסיר האדם מליבו מחשבת שאר עסקי העולם, ולא ייתן לב באותה שעה כמדבר הקורבן. ומה העריך? Listen to the one line. מה העריך? Why should I lengthen on this? וידוע זה לכל אשר איתה אוזן לשמוע חצוצרות וכל שופר. Anyone that ever heard a chatzaitzra, I don't have to explain it to you. If you heard a chatzaitzra, you know what it did to you. Sefer HaChinuch. Well, and this, the Holy Baal Shem Tov has deep Torah in this. Chatzaitzras is a very, very deep inyan. Hashem yishmor otcha. Chatzaitzras is the inyan of chatzai tzurot. Chatzutzra, which means the trumpet, first of all, there's the inyan of the kesef. Kesef, which means silver, is this seven metals in this world. They come from the mishtalshim of the seven sfirot, chesed, gvura, tiferet, netzach, hod, yesod, malchut. And chesed is kesef, silver. Chesed is kesef. So first of all, what's the shofar? The shofar is, when do we do shofar? Yom Adin. It's a time of din. What is the shofar? Shofar is the horns of the animal, the power, the strength, the koyach of the animal. And that's the koyach that comes out through that, is the koyach of the din. That's mechuvan. That's how Hashem aligned this instrument, this horn, this keren, the shofar. That's din, is on the Yom Adin. But when we want chesed, when there's a war, when there's tzaras, we want to reveal the chesed from Hashem. Rosh Hashanah, we don't try to reveal the chesed from Hashem. Rosh Hashanah is Yom Adin. We don't tell Hashem in Yom Adin, change the din and do chesed. That's not what we tell Hashem. Rosh Hashanah, we tell Hashem, you want din? Of course you want din. We also want din. We love you. We accept the Torah. We love your din. We love your mitzvahs. We love everything. And that's why we're holding the shofar. We hold the din at Elyon. We're mamtik the din, the lower din by the higher din. So Rosh Hashanah is Yom Adin, it's all din, and the shofar is din. The Chatzaitzras is kesef. Kesef is chesed. when there's tzarot, chas v'shalom, when there's melchamot, we take the chatzotzot of kesef, the silver trumpets, tkiya, poo, and you mamash tkiya shvar v'tru, and you scream to Hashem. But since the sound is going through a chatzot of kesef, and through it's a mitzvah of Hashem, not just sound. And you're doing the mitzvah like Hashem said it. And kesef is chesed, so it's the koyach that could come out through the chesed. Shalshalut from Bina down into the Sfirot from Chasadim. And what the Baal Shem Tov speaks about is Aselech HaChatzotzot Kesef, the deep Torah. We should see it inside. We have a Tzavas Baal Shem Tov Al Torah in it. Yep. Second class. Thank you so much. Everyone, I don't know whoever you're joining us, but I'll show you a little bit of our classroom here in Spas. This is label. Those are the birds. Chaim, tech support. The bird last time.
I sent the link to
What?
I gotta go to the lessons.
Yes, sir? Oh, very nice.
Yes.
It has to be only from silver. You have to have two trumpets. You can never have less than two and not more than 120. Whoa, imagine 120 trumpets. Wow.
They go there as well.
Those, I think they're called like a French horn.
The round ones?
No, they're round. No, they're just like a long tube. There's no buttons or anything. Just like just a horn. Like. But that bird's going on with you. Chazanas today.
Trying to talk.
Okay, so at the time of the carbon, if you bought a carbon and you didn't play the can the chatzaitzos, you didn't sound the trumpet, so you're over on the lamp. You didn't get the saseh. So, thank you.
These trumpets are going on all the time?
Not the whole time. They would, let's say, if they bring your carbon, so they're like, Kia, Barham, True, the Kias.
120 people do that.
No, 120 would be, let's say, at the time of the Rega, what there would be the time of Sukkot. Be many Levium going up, so they have to have an amount, like a maximum amount of how many people could sing. So there's the halachas about that. Singing instruments have a limit, but singing has no limit. The amount of people that can sing, but instruments have a limit.
What's the eighth note?
What is the eighth note?
I've heard of that. I went in the cave once, the sound cave. I heard it was like several Brochen, probably 10 Brochen at least. They were just doing the most incredible things in the sound cave, just like someone different words, different timings, different sounds, different noises. It was just like all like mind-bending.
Why doesn't it have it here? Probably has it somewhere else. That means that the Yid has to see the Chatzai Tzurot, to see himself as a half a shape. You see it inside. I have to remember exactly. I don't understand. See it inside. We'll look for it. Just know there's a deep player for the Baal Shem Tov. So that's the Chatzaitzis, and that's waking up. It's very interesting that we brought here. There's nothing that wakes up a person like singing. It's an interesting story. Majit's Chassidus is all about nigunim. You write nigunim, you sing, beautiful nigunim. So the Majit says, there's a Majit Sefer. I think I have to get it. You should buy it. I opened it up, and it says over there, it says on the pasuk, if you see a friend's donkey collapsing under his burden, help him. A mitzvah to help another person, to help another yid. So how does the Majid Rebbe teach it up? He says, if you go into shul and you see a chazan and he's trying to sing, he's like trying to sing, no one's helping him. He's just like, he can't carry the niggin. Help him out. Sing with him. Help the chazan. So he brings over there in the sefer a mashal. There was a guy. The guy walks into a watch store. It's a big watch store. And he says, yes. He tells the owner, the watchman, he says, I want to get an alarm clock. Alarm clock? Oh, that's fantastic. He says, tell me what you do, and I'll set you up. All kinds of alarm clocks that make a little noise, a big noise, a big noise, a big noise. Alarm clocks. Flying ones, vibrating ones, moving ones, pouring water ones, calling the police ones, all types. So he says, listen, I live by the waterfalls, by the big waterfalls. My family, we have the water mill. We grind the flour. So it's the noise there you can't imagine. You can't imagine by the water. Unbelievable, like worse than the train tracks in Brooklyn. Like noise, not 24 hours a day. It's a waterfall. So the watchman is thinking, he says, what can I give you? He says, put on this one. Doesn't hear anything, this guy. I never met anyone. He says, what am I going to do? Suddenly he sees this tiny little alarm clock in the back. He says, let me hear that one. He says, why? That one is a little... Let me hear it. He puts it on. And this alarm clock made a niggin. It made a little melody. This little melody was so gentle that this person heard it and it woke him up. And sometimes what he said to Majid Rebbe, sometimes a person is caught up in such a loud, bad lifestyle, like no Rebbe, no tshuva, the normal alarm clocks just don't wake him up. But sometimes he hears mamash a tiny little niggin, something so pure and so real, and that mamash enters his heart, that wakes him up. That's really the koyach of nagina, the koyach of tshuva, that was so important by us. That's why we encourage so much singing and dancing. This is the derech of the Baal Shem Tov. So important to be happy. A person could go through years and years and years and not awaken to do tshuva. But you could hear niggin one day. It's just someone singing something real, so beautiful. Look how many people Shlomo Karlbach, he just heard a niggin. That's it. That's it. Woke up their heart and flew away like Eliyahu. That we should have the schut to open up our ears and to listen and to be awakened, to hear all the bat code, all the special awakenings that the Creator of the world is sending to His kids all the time, sending it. May we quiet down our inner noise and hear all the subtle beauty that how Hashem is running the world. The real emunah, real dat. We hear the music. We should hear the pulse of the 10 sefirot, the drums, the orchestra. He asked about the eighth note. The eighth note is the revelation of the eighth sefirah of Binah. And after that will be revealed the 9th and the 10th note. That's what the Gemara says. That's called the Olam Haba. These are all levels, deep levels of the unity of Hashem that are going to be revealed. That's what a song is. The ability to sing is the ability to make more diversity and show that they're all unity. The song could unify many people and instruments and all kinds of, and show that man is all one. In this world, we could just sing a song, but the instruments still remain separate. But really, in Olam Haba, when you sing, everything becomes one. The instruments and the niggin. You eat the food with the plate, the kalim with the iris. Everything is givab. Mal'aretz that Hashem. Givab. Baruch Hashem leolam. Amen ve'amen.
חזק וברוך.
חזק ומבסוט. Is that me? It's like another Arabic reply to Chazak. Mabsut is satisfied.
I'm finished. And